Hi there, so here's a short workout for you, ideal for those of you who suffer with back or joint problems, just getting the spine moving gently, or this is ideal if you can't sleep to do before bedtime. Really, really gentle, focusing on breath. Okay, let's take it to the mat. So we're going to come down to the mat, onto our back, legs and feet together. We're going to take the toes out and bring the heels in line with the toes. So toes, knees and hips are in alignment. We're going to find our neutral position. So just taking a little pelvic tilt back and forth, creating an arch as we tilt back, pressing the back into the mat as we tilt forward, and then making that smaller until you find that point that's in the middle for you. So we should find pelvis tucked under slightly, lower back lightly presses to the floor. I want you to think about your inner thigh, your pelvic floor muscles, your tummy muscles. Imagine you're drawing your inner thigh up towards pelvis. We start to lift through our pelvic floor. Tummy pulling halfway to spine. And then imagine your waist tightening up like you've got a natural corset there. We're tightening that up a couple of notches. Okay, so from there, we're going to come back into pelvic tilts, but we're going to make them slightly bigger. I'm just going to bring my hands to my ribs so that you can see my back moving, but you can keep your arms relaxed either side of you. So we're just going to tilt that tailbone up towards the ceiling, and then we're going to release it back down, keeping tummy tight and ribs relaxed. So just a little tilt, lifting your bottom and your first few back bones, and gently placing that down. As you're working, you're just gently breathing in through the nose, slowly out through the mouth. As we tilt up, you should feel your tummy tighten a little bit more. We want to keep that engagement even as we bring it back to neutral. If you feel you can make this slightly bigger, we're going to tilt up a bit more and lift the first few back bones. We need a little squeeze into bottom to assist us here. Then we layer back down, back to neutral, and then we reset and go again. So we lift and squeeze, and we place it back down. Now I want you to think about working backbone by backbone. Imagine you've got a piece of Velcro on each one of your backbones, and we're carefully peeling that off of the mat, and then we're carefully placing that down. So a little squeeze into bottom to assist you. We want to be conscious of the hips, keeping the hips still and steady and on the same level. What I want you to do, if you can, is start to take this up one backbone higher each time. So we're going to start to tilt, peel up, squeeze into bottom, place it back down, backbone by backbone. Next time we go one backbone more, lifting just a little bit higher if you can, and releasing down backbone by backbone. Now as we get higher, we need more assistance from your bottom, your glute muscles, more assistance from the thighs, and a little bit of assistance from the feet, gently pressing the feet into your mat. Using your deep tummy and back muscles and muscles of the core to help you come down through the spine with control. Take your time. So we take a breath in to prepare, breath out to lift up. At the top, breath in to prepare, and breath out as we peel back down. If you imagine you've got a small ball or a cushion between the legs, we want to squeeze on that imaginary ball or cushion to keep the legs in the correct position, and that's toes, knees and hips in alignment. We don't want the knees to fall out, we don't want them to fall in. Pay attention to where the legs are as we peel up and down. And remember, you don't have to be coming as high as I am here. You can keep the movement smaller. Just a pelvic tilt is fine on the days where your back's feeling really painful or tight. Remember using the feet into the mat to assist you. Squeeze into thigh, squeeze into bottom. You're taking that breath in to prepare, breath out as we move. Breath in at the top to prepare, and then breath out as we lower. Now we're just going to go with one more. As we're doing this, keeping neck, shoulders and jaw as relaxed as you possibly can. And then we're going to release all the way down and let the muscles relax. You can stretch out the legs one by one or both together, just releasing the muscles. And then we're going to bring the legs back to the hips. We're going to reset our neutral position, and we're just going to simply hug one knee in towards chest, and we're going to place that back down. So we're just gently hugging in. As we hug in, we're lengthening down into lower back, into bottom, into the back of the thigh. Just really gentle. Try and use your breath with the movement. So we're breathing in and we're breathing out. Slow the movement down to suit your breath. Now we are keeping it really gentle, but we still want to keep core engagement. It's a good way to practice. So remember, pelvic floor lifted, as if you're drawing your inner thigh up towards the pelvis, tummy in halfway to spine. We're tightening that big belt around our middle. If you want to progress from here, and you don't have to, your add-on is a hug, a stretch, hug again, place it down. So we hug, we stretch, hug, place it down. Now as we begin to stretch the leg away, you'll find the back will be tempted to lift. So we're keeping the ribs pulled down, we're keeping that lower back lightly pressed into the mat, and we're using our tummy button, our tummy muscles, pulling in tummy button halfway to spine to assist us with that. So tummy halfway to spine to help you keep that lower back down. We're hugging in, we stretch away, pulling down, we hug in and we release. And as we're moving, there's no tension in neck, shoulders or jaw. You can use a small rolled up towel underneath the head or a block if you have one. Just keep that breath flowing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Just taking a couple more, making sure we're even on both sides. And let that relax. We're going to keep both feet on the floor. We're going to take arms out to make a T shape either side of us. Palms can be down or up, wherever you feel most relaxed through the chest, shoulders and neck. We're going to gently tilt the knees over to one side. Take it to a point where you feel comfortable, but you're feeling a little bit of stretch down the far side of your back. And then we're going to pull in with tummy. We're going to pull that to the center. And then we're taking it to the other side. Gentle stretch. And pull that to the center. Now if this feels too much for anyone, especially if you've had any sort of tummy or back surgery, that twist just feels really uncomfortable, we can just start off with a knee drop. So you're just going to drop one knee out as far as you can without the hips tilting, and you're going to pull back to center. Arms can be relaxed with this one. Otherwise we're going to tilt it side to side, keep that going. Shoulders and arms stay on the floor or on the mat. If they're lifting, we're taking it too far over. We don't want to create tension through neck and shoulders. If it feels a bit too gentle, we can hug both legs in. We want to tuck under with our tailbone to make sure our lower back is down to start off with. We start in neutral and then we tilt over. So a little bit more emphasis on the stretch. We need a bit more core control, so do go back to feet on the floor if this feels too much. A few clunks are fine as long as it doesn't feel painful. We're just releasing out any parts of the spine that feel a little bit stuck, a little bit fused together. Really tightening that tummy to pull back with control. Now, whichever option you're going for, let's see if we can take the knees all the way over to the floor. So we're taking them all the way down. Now if this feels uncomfortable, you can place a towel or a cushion or a ball underneath the leg so you can really relax down and feel that stretch. Take a few nice deep breaths. Try not to let this arm behind lift. Keep it relaxed. And if you want a little more, top knee up towards chest, opposite arm to the outside of that head, gently pressing down. So we really feel this stretch, lower back, bottom and thigh. A few nice deep breaths here. We're going to bring the legs back together, pull into the center, and then take that to the other side. Relaxing the legs down. Lifting the knee up towards chest for a little more. Hand to the outside of that leg, gently pressing down. And then bringing the legs back together, coming into the center. Both feet to the floor. We're going to come back into a knee hug, and this time we're just going to stretch the leg up as fully as we can. If you need to keep a bit of knee bend, that's fine. Take it as far as you can, feeling that stretch at the back of the leg. If you want more, we can walk the hands up and ease that leg back towards you. Try and keep the neck, the shoulders, the jaw relaxed. Let that release, place it back down, swap it over. So we hug in, we stretch away. Walking the hands up for more. If you have a band at home, you can use that around the foot to give you a little bit of assistance with that stretch. Let that release, taking the foot to the floor. If you're comfortable on all fours, we're going to bring it round to all fours. If not, you can do this seated. So arms under shoulders, legs underneath the hips, and we're going to round the spine, chin towards chest, tailbone tucking under. Pull the tummy in, get that mid back up towards the ceiling, and then we release, little lift of the head, gentle dip of the back, not too far. And we repeat again, so rounding off, and then allowing that back to dip. If you're doing this in a seated position, you're here nice and tall. We're going to round off, reach towards the ankles, and then we're going to lift till open the chest. Rounding off with that back, making that C shape, tucking the tailbone under, chin towards chest, and then lengthen, letting it dip the other way. Just a couple more. Rounding off into that cat stretch. And allowing that back to dip. Last one, rounding off. And allowing that back to dip. So there you go. I hope you found those useful. Getting the spine moving and freeing up any tension. As I said earlier, ideal just before bed if you're finding it hard to sleep. Hope you enjoy and you really benefit from them.